Hello, and thanks for allowing me to speak today. My name is Mike Hipple. I live in Appleton, Wisconsin. As you can see, I am using a communication device to speak. I founded Wisconsin Augmentative Alternative Communication AAC Network. The network mission is to bring Wisconsin stakeholders for AAC together to have one voice and to share the knowledge that we have. I am a member of the following organizations: Wisconsin Autism Society, Council of Exceptional Children, both the state chapter and the national chapter, and the International Society and the United States Society of AAC. I am also in Kiwanis, a community service club. I have an amazing family that I enjoy being with and awesome friends. Some of them they might be on today. Today our topic is being a professional with a disability in the disability field. I was a kid in the 90s and the 2000s. If you were a kid during that amazing time, you might remember that the following things happened. Nickelodeon had game shows that were so popular and amazing to watch. My favorite were Figure It Out, Guts, and of course Double Dare. The music from that era was so great, and I still listen to it today, especially country music. Over on Disney Channel, they were making hit movies and shows after hit movies and shows. It was pretty cool to be a kid then. One thing that you probably didn't understand about when you were growing up was American with Disabilities Act was signed into law in July of 1990, but this was huge for our community. We know what the act means now. We were all included in the regular education. We were able to make friends and be like anyone else. Our friends who went to school with, they understand people who have a disability better than anyone else in history, and they want to make sure that people who have a disability are included in the community. So, what to do with our life? To me, this answer is easy and hard at the same time. Get a job. Our society teaches that everyone works to have a meaningful life. And I agree, but I know how hard this is. We can be a professional without having a job, and maybe, just maybe, it could help you to find a job. We can still and must act professionally by going to a conference in that area of you hope to be working in, start networking, joining a society in the area, and joining a service club. Let's talk about each thing and why I think it is so important for people who have a disability to do. Attending conferences that you think it will help you is so important thing to do because it shows others that you care about the field and the people who you will be serving. It'd also be an excellent opportunity for you to talk to and learn from your coworkers that have been in the field. I am in the assistive technology and special education field. One of the big names in the field is Dr. Penny Reed, and she is from Wisconsin. I wanted to meet her, and my friends who are also in the field too, they wanted to meet her too. One year she was at the same conference as we were at. My friend and I were in the same workshop as Dr. Reed was. The speaker said, "I am happy because my good friend Penny Reed isn't here." My friend stood up and mouthed to me, "She is here." I am proud and honored to say Dr. Penny Reed is a friend of mine. I told this story because you never know who you will meet at conferences. If you have been to any conference, you know that they have workshops for people to learn about a topic. When you have been in the field for a while, please consider doing a workshop to give back. It is our way to say thank you to the field and to the people who we learned from. The next topic that we will be discussing is networking. It is when we meet people and get to talk to them. I enjoy this part of being a professional because you don't know who you will meet and what you will learn. Once I talked to someone do assistive technology in Alaska. She was so interesting to talk to. Now, do I want to move to Alaska? No way, but that is a helpful information to have if I am helping a family that is moving from Alaska. One other time, I was talking to someone from North Carolina on how their state does their State Assistive Technology Act program. Again, do I want to move to North Carolina? No, but it is helpful for me to know if I have a family moving here from North Carolina. This is why we need to network to know what other states have and what are they doing that Wisconsin don't have. If you go back to the same conference yearly or every other year, you will make friends and this is fine. Please know this, you need to act professionally when they are around them 100% of the time, including on social media. When I talk to a friend who I know from my childhood or high school, I talk to them using words like OMG, lol, and what's up. But when I talk to anyone who I know professionally, I changed my language and grammar. It shows them that I am a professional too and I would like to be treated as a professional. As people who have a disability, we need to work twice as hard to show people that we can be professional too. Sadly, I had people who I was talking to and they walked away from me when I was finishing typing to them. The first few times that this happened, I was so hurt and frustrated because we were just talking. But I talked with my mentors John and Chris and they said this. If people walked away from you when you were typing, then they weren't that interested in you and they wouldn't value you as a human. I don't get hurt anymore when this happened. It is just a part of my life. Networking is important and fun to do. I enjoy talking to people if they are in the same field as me. Please network with anyone and everyone that you may find. The next topic is joining a community service organizations and organizations that your field have. When community service clubs were starting out in the early 1900s, they were just a club for men who were in an important occupation like a banker or a mayor. They had weekly meetings to discuss what was happening in their town and with their business. Slowly, one by one, they still discussed that, but they wanted to give back to the community by doing community service. Today, in 2023, these clubs are open to anyone and everyone joining the club. I am in Kiwanis Club, and I am very active in the organization. Kiwanis is open to anyone and everyone joining their club. In Kiwanis, we call the state chapter a district, and the local area is called division. So if I say the district or division, please know that mean that. In our district, we have some phenomenal people who would help you and welcome you with open arms. If you want to join a Kiwanis club and you need some help, please let me know and I will work with you and the club to make it work. I have been in the Kiwanis family for 13 years, so I am well known. Kiwanis does have a club for people who have a cognitive disability called Action Club, and we spell this with a K. Action Club is meant for people who have a cognitive disability who might have a hard time being in a regular Kiwanis club and understanding what is going on, but they want to serve their community too. I looked into for being in an Action Club myself, but I decided a regular Kiwanis club was a good fit for me. No matter which service club you want to join, what is important thing that you join a service club because you are in and you will be able to grow your network. My dad liked to say it is all about who you know in the community, and anytime you can network, it will be great. Lastly, I want to talk about why we as individuals who have a disability always need to work our hardest when we are talking or working. Our societies sometimes don't see us as human, they see our disability first. When I joined my Kiwanis club, I was emailing someone for a few weeks. My first email didn't say, "Hello, I have cerebral palsy. Use a power chair and use a communication device." It said, "Hello, I am interested in joining the club. When is the next club meeting?" See, I have found most professional people can look past the disability if we act professionally first. I think if someone will say, "Hey, I have a disability, so you need to include me," they might think what a person they think that just because they have a disability they should be in the club or work here. That is only going to hurt you in the whole disability community, because the next time someone who has a disability want to join or to work the place or the club might say no, because they will remember you. We need to help everyone with a disability out because we are all in the same boat. My friends and family always tell me that I am too hard on myself. Maybe they are right, but if I'm not hard on myself, who will be? Thank you for letting me to come to speak. When I am answering your questions, you will hear me typing words, but I will say the whole sentence for you.
That's awesome. Very motivational. Does anyone have any questions? I will let everyone go first.
And Mike, what have you done through the clubs? What have you learned about yourself on your journey?
I learned that people will treat you like anyone else if you want that.
Thank you so much, Mike.
Is the Kiwanis Club statewide? I know there's a lot of people on here from all over.
Yeah. This is Cindy. I like what you were saying. People want to be treated. I have a intellectual disability, and to get the respect as a director, at first I was the advocate specialist, but to get the respect, I had a lot of roadblocks with being a director, and I mean a lot of roadblocks. First of all, but I just kept on trying and treating people the way I want to be treated, and I get the respect, but I also treat my staff of 5 with respect, and they give me the respect back. You're right. If you want to be treated right, then you got to treat people right too. That's what I'm hearing, and so that's what I try to do every day, is to treat people just the way I want to be treated. Not screaming and yelling at people and that kind of stuff, but also be a strong director. And when something's wrong, you have to deal with it. So thank you for that. Really helps. It really helps me a lot. Sorry, I got a little allergies going on, but really helps me a lot to hear that very much. Thank you.
You act like moving someone. A,
I think Bailey has a question. Um, how did you start your organization?
I just started grassroots advocacy, and when I started the network, it was just my mom, a friend, and I now we have 8 people on the leadership team.
Mike, Larry's just joining us. Would you want to give like a little summary to what you talked about? You don't have to go for your whole speech again. But
I think our mailing list is getting near to 400.
Mike, congratulations. That's a big accomplishment.
Thank you, and the people on the leadership team are like family to me. Disability. For the person who joined us, I talked about how to be a professional with a disability.
yeah, it's always cool to hear about people with disabilities working. Trying to think of other questions. Does anyone else have any questions? Brandon?
Well, if Brandon doesn't have anything, I'm not sure if he said yeah or no. I joined a little bit late. What is Mike Hipple doing lately? Mike, what are you doing? I knew you from Independence First with Susu back in the days.
This is Cindy. One thing you said is your leadership team, you,
OMG.
oh, sorry. I'll wait till you're done.
OMG, hey man, how are you?
Hmm.
I think that's to you, Larry.
Oh, I'm doing fine. I knew you from the 90s. What's been happening lately?
This is Cindy.
Hmm.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know if you were done with Larry yet. Sorry.
You are.
So I like what you said
Thank
about
you.
your leadership team. Is that you're a family. I feel the same way with my leadership team, my staff. They make me really feel good about myself, and they trust me and I trust them.
Oh,
And so I feel like,
hey,
oh, sorry. I feel like they're my family. And also our operation manager, she's great. Probably the best operation manager I've ever had. We changed her name. It was office manager, but it just didn't fit.
different.
So she's her name is Nancy, but she's the greatest. And we're just really a good family together, the whole staff, and I try to do my best at always to help them, and they help me, and we learn from each other. That's what leadership is. Leadership is hard sometimes, but being a leader, you have to sit back sometimes and listen to the other leaders, which I do that too. So
I was a
mhm,
child
uh-huh.
in the
Oh,
nine 0, '90s.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you okay.
I
Yeah.
think you were thinking of a different person because I was a child in the '90s.
Yes, sir.
Cindy, I think that was to Larry
Oh, that
because
was a Larry.
yeah,
Oh,
because I think Mike said, I think you're thinking of a different person. I
oh,
think
okay.
because Larry, I'm trying not to speak for you, Larry. I'm just trying to help out here, okay?
Okay.
Chime in if you want to.
Uh-huh.
But that I think that was the conversation, Cindy. Thank you so much.
Oh, okay. I was talking, I guess I was reflecting on the leadership part where, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know he wasn't done with
I
Larry.
I
My
think
apologies.
I probably
no,
was thinking of a different person if you were a child in the '90s. The person I knew was from Independence First. So if you weren't affiliated with Susil or Independence First, then it was probably somebody else. My apologies then. But I've heard your name a lot. So I'm trying to picture where I know you from then.
Mike, are you still on the board at all? Or did you finish up your term? Wisconsin Board for People with Developmental Disabilities, excuse me.
I am.
Okay.
On.
I think I know you too. Well, not from the child part, but you were, you've been at disability, or you've been at self-determination conference, right?
Assistive technology.
Yes. And have you been to Disability Advocacy Day too?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen you there then. I don't know of you personally, but I've seen you. And you do a great job and great work. That I will say. I've heard your name a lot too. There's so many powerful advocates in the state of Wisconsin. So sometimes, sometimes we all blend together for some reason sometimes. But so that's what I'm saying. Thank you for listening.
I am on Assistive Technology Council.
Oh, okay. Great.
And that's Wisconsin Assistive Technology Council.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mike.
Oh, okay. It's nice that you're on there trying to, you know, help people with technology. We share needed it during the COVID with Zoom and whatever else we needed. It's technology can be interesting. But I'm glad we had Zoom during COVID so we could communicate with each other. We kept our organization open because of Zoom. At first, I didn't like it. That's because I didn't understand it. But now I love Zoom. So thank you for what you do in that area.
Funny thing, I am a volunteer for something national, and we used Zoom or GoToMeeting before 2020. So when everybody else was afraid and learning how to use them, I said it is easy to do.
That's awesome. Yeah, not many people knew about Zoom prior to the pandemic.
I don't know how long. Are your meeting
They usually go till noon. But if you're done, we can be done. It's usually up to the speaker. Sometimes we're done early.
Does anyone? Have
Well, I might have to go. I don't know what is going on.
Well, it's three. Yeah, I have to go too.
Hi, me too.